Round two of the Democratic debates kick off in less than 2 hours from now on CNN. Liz Warren and Bernie Sanders, they're the biggest names on the stage in Detroit tonight, and they're each going for the progressive slice of the pie. Well, tomorrow night, frontrunner Joe Biden, he'll be flanked by Kamala Harris and Cory Booker. Of course, the highlight of last month's debate was Biden and Harris battling over the topic of busing. Now, after the last round, Biden's poll numbers, they took a hit. Harris, she enjoyed a bump. But Biden since has bounced back, and Harris, her numbers have fallen back a bit. New numbers out from Quinnipiac show the former VP at 34%, Warren at second with 15%, Harris sitting at 12%, Bernie a point behind at 11%, and to round out the top five, Mayor Pete Buttigieg, but he's not even close to double digits. ABC News political director Rick Klein, he joins us from Detroit for a preview. And Rick, how many times are you going to hear showdown in Motown over the next 2 days?
Yeah, and it's a big one. I mean, we know the storylines coming out of the last debate centering on Joe Biden, but I think the matchups tonight with the two progressives in the middle, they happen to be matched up against a whole lot of candidates from red state America, places like Indiana and Ohio and Texas, Colorado, Montana, Minnesota. Those are places there's a lot different to be a Democrat from, and I think we're going to see some contrasts between those candidates and the two progressives in the middle tonight.
You know, one thing that came out from the June debates, Rick, was you're rewarded if you go on the attack. It's the soundbite they'll use that night, the next days, et cetera. It certainly worked for Harris. To that end, do you expect fireworks, even though, by all accounts, they're legitimate friends and compatriots on a lot of policy stuff, between Warren and Sanders?
I think Warren and Sanders will clash at some point. I don't know that it's going to be tonight. I feel like we all know that there's only room probably for one of them in going up against Joe Biden in the establishment lane, but I don't know that they need to litigate that yet. Both of them are well into qualifying for the fall debates and beyond. They're going to be around for a while. I think the others feel more urgency. You know, fully half of the folks on stage tonight and tomorrow are not guaranteed a spot in the September debate, which will be on ABC News. And knowing that when you walk in means you need to strategize around it. You need to have a moment. And to your point about candidates seeing no downside for just getting in there and mixing it up, that was one takeaway that several of the campaigns that I've communicated with have talked about, that you can just talk sometimes and be rewarded for that.
And Rick, who is more of a target tonight, Trump or Biden? And to that end, is the strategy you're hearing for Biden to avoid mistakes, or that he really won't, do a repeat of round one, that he's going to take off the gloves and fight back?
Well, Biden is saying that he is not going to be as nice, in his words, as he was last time. He was caught unawares when Kamala Harris went after him, and now you have to worry about others going after him as well. He'll be a target both nights, but let's be honest, these Democrats agree on one big thing, and that's the importance of defeating Donald Trump. My expectation would be that Trump and his policies, particularly the environment he's created in the last couple of weeks with these attacks on members of Congress of color, that's all going to be very much fair game tonight and tomorrow night.
Rick, I always appreciate the time. Good luck with tonight, and thank you for your time.
Thanks, Richard.